Hi, Terry Pazernick, Education and Training Manager with ICISF. And today for our ICISF Perspective, we have retired firefighter paramedic Sears here to talk about feedback from the field on stressors of COVID-19. Linda?
Hi, my name is Linda. I am retired from fire department. I still volunteer as well. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information. Because I am retired, I wasn't in the middle of the whole COVID thing. I retired in February, so I just missed it, which is a good thing. But I have some friends, and I spoke to them about the stressors that are in the field for our system. I feel like this pandemic, it's a multifaceted pandemic, and it really was a stressor or taxing on our system. We weren't ready for it. But even if we were pre-planned and ready for it, it was so big. I don't know that we ever would have really been able to take care of everything that we needed to beforehand. There's a lot of problems as far as equipment, not having equipment, hospitals so backed up, and things like that. Our hospitals were so taxed that our pre-hospital treatment had to be altered a little bit as well. It changed the way we function in the field today. And it also, I feel like, heightened our awareness and has us on edge from time to time, beginning with the call to the end of the call. Now, I talked to some friends, and a lot of stressors that they had, and they talked to me about was when you do go on a call, you're super stressed. But then typically you relax and you're fine. And you come back, you talk about the call, it's fine. But not now. Now you come back to the station, you have to wear masks, you have to check your temperature, you have to clean routinely, clean. And you're not always sure if you're going to have enough supplies. Now, it has been a lot better since the beginning, but that was always a concern as well. You were always, my friend said, you're always concerned about your safety as well as your family. Am I going to take this home to my family? Are they going to get it? And also, we were concerned, or they were concerned about the policy as far as like, if you do get COVID and you have to be quarantined, is that going to take your sick time away? Because that's a lot of sick time, 14 days of quarantine plus if you're sick. And we still have I've still seen people that are still having after effects. I have a good friend that she still is having after effects from possibly having the COVID as well. So some other stressors I think were like, say for instance, somebody in the workplace did get COVID, like I just had said, and that did happen. So you're worried too, like, am I going to get it from them? Did I touch what they touched? Did I wear all my equipment, my personal protective equipment, the way I should have worn it? The other thing too is when you work with somebody, for instance, on the ambulance, you have to make sure that they're doing their job and that they're cleaning the way they should be to protect each other as well. The other problem or the other concern that you might have is because of people's opinion. You might sit in the fire station and one person thinks this is all a joke, and one person thinks that they're over the top as far as wearing the protective equipment and cleaning. Some people come in with exterminator cans and spray the whole kitchen up just because they're so paranoid about the COVID-19. So it goes from one end to another. To me, I feel like that could be pretty stressful as well. And so I was speaking to her about my friend about this COVID. She says when you go on a call and you were around somebody, it is a really big stressor as far as this person was positive. Am I going to be positive as well? And the testing, is there going to be testing? Then there's the quarantine. How long am I going to be off work? How sick am I going to be? Did I give it to my family? So I feel like that was always a big stressor as well. And that's what she said. Now, the other thing, too, is our routine as far as being on the ambulance. We have certain protocols we have to follow, but you feel like you had to alter them a little bit to ensure the safety of the providers and also the hospital providers. So you feel like when you're doing that, it's not your norm. So when it's not your norm, you feel like, am I I'm not doing the protocol I'm supposed to do, so that kind of makes you feel a little uneasy, even though that is what we're supposed to do to protect each other. So knowing best practice is always kind of hard to change as well. As life gets back to normal at home, I feel like that's all well and good. Now, I am volunteering, but when you go back to the fire station to volunteer, and again, in the career station, you still have to go in, wear your mask all the time. You have to clean, take your temperature check. And then, so it's not exactly like going home and relaxing, because then the next call comes in. The COVID cases were pretty high. So my friends have seen the worst of the worst. I didn't have to see those, but now we have seen the most emergent cases, like the most severe patients, most critical patients. Now it seems like they're slowing up, so we're not seeing as many. But so you feel like you're kind of like, okay, this is fine, it's getting a little bit better. But when you get back to the station and everything's relaxed, you're still in the back of your mind are thinking, okay, when is the next wave going to hit? So we're going into the fall, the flu season, and then the COVID again. So it's like, is it going to start all over? Is it going to be all worse again? Is it going to be worse than what it was before? So our department, I know our chief, she is taking some steps as far as having our critical incident stress team check different stations to see how you're making out with the COVID, how everything is going. So I think that's a good thing, and I think that improves morale as far as our department is. And also, I wanted to throw out to you that it still is happening, and it still is really bad, because we've had a member in Carroll County Fire Department, and he was actually working, although he is retired from his other job, and he had recently got COVID and passed away. His funeral was this week. So it makes you think to yourself, even though you're relaxed, you still have to wear your personal protective equipment, still have to take all precautions, because this thing isn't over yet. So, and if you have any problems and you need to, this COVID is still bothering you and you need to talk to somebody, just reach out to your CISM team, a peer provider, somebody from CISM. They can help you, guide you through there too. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for talking about that. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on ICISF Perspectives.
Thank you.